I ripped my wrap. So let me start. My heart is beating fast. I want to acknowledge, and I just saw Chief Wayne Sparrow and Grand Chief Ed John here, I want to acknowledge the traditional territory of the Coast Salish peoples, the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here for however long, and for all of you who ran here from scrutineering and from the polls, thank you. And to everybody that waited, thank you so much. So I have had the opportunity to stand in front of crowds before, having been elected as BC Treaty Commissioner, having been elected as the BC Regional Chief, and having been honored to have been elected previously as the Member of Parliament for Vancouver Granville. And I am so happy to be standing here as the newly elected independent member for Vancouver Granville. This is an incredibly humbling moment and experience, and like all other experiences that I've had, but tonight is different. Tonight, we accomplished together something extraordinary. We accomplished showing Ottawa, showing our political process that independent, strong voices matter and that we can do politics differently. So I had a speech that I'm not going to read. And I want to make a number of comments. And I haven't seen what's really been going on television right now, but I want to say something about the extraordinary former Member of Parliament for Markham-Stouffville. Jane Philpott. And don't get me wrong, I want to congratulate every single person that put their name forward for election, every single person that has been elected as a Member of Parliament right across this country. I congratulate each and every one of you. Jane Philpott is an extraordinary person. She was an extraordinary Member of Parliament for the people of Markham-Stouffville, and she was literally the best Minister of the Crown that this country has ever seen. I know that Parliament will be lesser without her presence, but I know that Dr. Jane Philpott will go on to continue to do extraordinary things. So I'm sending love from Vancouver Granville, from me, from our family, all the way across the country to Markham-Stouffville. I also want to thank and acknowledge the other candidates that ran in this riding. And it was a bit of a nail-biter, yes? I want to say to Zach, to Talib, to Yvonne, to Louise, and to Naomi, thank you for putting your names forward. We had spent some time together at all candidates forums, and again, congratulations for doing so. And I want to say a special shout out to Yvonne Hansen. I don't know if she's watching, but She is this incredibly young, bright woman that I know is going to go places and is going to run somewhere at some time, and I suspect that we're all going to get out and support her. So, to Vancouver Granville, 4 more years. Or however long a minority government lasts. I congratulate the Liberal Party for their minority government. I do think that the best laws and the best policies come from a minority government situation, and I am going to be proud. I am going to be proud and pleased to work with all the members of Parliament to get through legislation to ensure that we are taking bold and ambitious action on climate change, to ensure we truly look at democratic reform, including electoral reform, so we can ensure that every vote matters. We have big issues here in Vancouver Granville. They've existed since before the last election and before that. We have to address affordability. We need to look at the healthcare system, at pharmacare, and we truly need to look at creating the space for true reconciliation with Indigenous peoples in this country. So I'm just going to comment a little bit about our campaign. Maybe comment a little bit about the national campaign. Our campaign was filled with so many people that came from far and wide to volunteer. People from across the so-called political spectrum that actually believed that we could make a difference, that we could put forward honesty and integrity and look at politics and work outside party lines to address the significant issues that are facing our time. So I thank every single person in this room and the tens of thousands of people across Canada that believe in those same things, that hold the same values, and know that we actually can do more if we work together. The national campaign, we saw very divisive politics. We saw extreme hyper-partisanship. We saw people talking about other people and saying, I'm not as bad as that person. That is not the type of politics that we need to address these issues. We need to collaborate. We need to come together. We need to, again, work across party lines to address these big issues. And I know that we can do it. Vancouver Granville has shown that we can do politics differently, that integrity matters, and if we have integrity and honesty and do the right thing in politics, you can succeed. We can succeed. So to everybody in Vancouver Granville, to the constituents of Vancouver Granville, I, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for renewing your trust and support in me. I will continue to work incredibly hard, as I do every day, to represent you in Ottawa. A couple of thank yous, or acknowledgements. I wanted to acknowledge these people before I forget to do it again. My mother, Sandy, who's sitting right here. Sandy, right here. My sister, Corey, and Cadence, and Kaya and Kayleen are somewhere here in the audience or something. And I want to thank my dad, Himas Clowley, who is in Campbell River right now. Thank you for always supporting me. And to Tim, Dr. Tim. For almost 11 years, he has been with me, and we have done this together, and I'm so glad that he's here tonight. So thank you for acknowledging them, but I want to acknowledge every single person in this room, to all of the volunteers again, who went to the polls as scrutineers, who knocked on doors with me, who made telephone calls, people who donated money, everybody that has contributed to this campaign in such significant ways. This is what we did, and this is what we did together, and I could not have done anything without all of you. So I'm going to stop talking now and come and celebrate with all of you. I am so incredibly overwhelmed by tonight, and I am so honored to be the Member of Parliament for Vancouver Granville. Thank you, everybody. You are truly my family, and I love you. Thank you very much.